And welcome back to this portion of our Real Estate Radio Hour. We are around every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. If you're just joining us, we're talking about lowball offers. Lauren and Tommy were jumping in on that. Matt Helling is in studio as well. And the last time, if you, again, just join us, I was asked the question of what as far as lowball offers, what do buyers today need to know about the market? And, Matt, you had a couple of ideas, a couple of thoughts.
Well, frankly, as Tommy mentioned, the market from our point of view appears to be strengthening, and we are seeing lots of multiple offers. We're seeing people that we issue pre-approval letters to not getting their home. So I would say it remains a great time. It remains a great time to buy a house relative to interest rates are terrific, prices are terrific. I would tell you that everything I see would indicate prices are kind of firming up, and it makes now a real good time if you're thinking about getting into the market. Now's a real good time. Maybe more so now than it has been. I would say so. There's always been a little bit of sort of speculation in terms of when does the market hit bottom, when is it going to start going up, and that is all, of course, that's hard to pinpoint. But I would say we're seeing a lot of stuff indicating that if you have a nice property priced properly, as Tommy said, there's going to be a lot of activity on it, and we're seeing that again from the mortgage end. I would suggest, obviously, that again, for those that are going to be competing for a desirable property, make sure that you have scouted out your mortgage options, and make sure that you have a pre-approval letter. The more you're able to demonstrate that you're a qualified borrower, the better your offer is going to look. So I would say the first thing I'd tell you is that the market's looking pretty good, and as I say, if you want to continue to get a favorable price, sooner rather than later. I would also suggest there are things happening in the marketplace now that if you are a buyer that is potentially interested in an FHA loan. In other words, you have a down payment less than 20%. An FHA loan will allow you a down payment as low as 3.5%. If you're interested in buying a home with a low down payment again, and you're on the fence, now is a pretty good time to look. To jump in. It appears that in the near future, because of the low down payment requirement, there is some mortgage insurance with the FHA. It appears, based on some stuff that HUD put out recently, it appears that the FHA annual mortgage insurance premium is going to be going up in the near future. So again, if you're thinking about looking, now would be a good time. Get in under the
We've got a caller, guys, on the line. Joanne in Minneapolis has a question. I think a good question. Joanne, thanks for waiting. What's your question, please?
My question is, we've seen a home that was put out there for $168,000. It's well cared for and everything, but the whole thing is that in the backyard there's an enormous silver maple tree that the roots are interfering with drainage and everything like that. And you can tell there are some drainage problems. And the only way I can see to fix the backyard is to totally remove that tree, which I think would cause a lot of digging. Plus the fact that the home is right on a main street and the city bus stops in front of it. Our realtor had said, why don't you offer him $146? But I think even that is high. And I'm not sure, what is the estimate for removing a huge tree like that and doing grading work in the back?
Gee, we could have Pat Remick in here.
Yeah, Pat could answer that question for you, and probably a good source for us to pass something on to Pat. So if you could leave us our information or go to our website, we should be able to get that over to Pat and give you an answer.
Yeah, in fact, that's a good time to not only talk about the website, which is realestateradiohour.com. A lot of good information there, and they can forward the question. You just ask the question button, right? Or you can also call the hotline, which is 800. They always return the call, so if you want to call the hotline, 800-246-1867. That line was set up specifically for our CCO listeners who may need a specific question answered. In some cases, right, you can't answer legal questions. You can refer to a lawyer or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, how I would go about it is, for one, definitely go out there and get a couple different bids. See what that number is. I mean, is it an exaggerated number of $20,000, or are we really talking about a $2,500 project? With that, then, like we were talking earlier in the program, have that realtor really pull the comps of what properties are going for that are comparable, and then maybe go to the seller and say, hey, we've done our homework, here's our offer, but justify why the offer is a little bit lower or maybe quite a bit lower because of the current issue with this with this tree. So.
We're talking about low ball offers. Should we take a break? We better take a break. They're telling me we should take a break. When we come back, we've got a couple of text messages as well. If you have a real estate question by phone or by text, 651-989-9226, or send a text at 81807. Back after this here on 830 WCCO.